What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to showcase a Shadow Flygon team in the Sunshine Cup. I feel like in a meta here, with all these waters, fires, and grasses, having access to dragon-type damage is one of the best things that you can really go for. There's not a lot of fairies or steals around, which means that having a Pokemon like Flygon with uncontested fast move pressure, as well as the ability to debuff your opponent's defense stat with Sand Tomb and Twister that hits like a truck, really just makes it so this Pokemon is very safe and can two-shield through almost any Pokemon you might see. It feels like a very underrated Pokemon in almost any limited meta, and I am excited to see it in action. But real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the battles and see what Shadow Flygon can do. First game of the day, Shadow Flygon as our lead. I feel like it's a pretty interesting Pokemon here. It wouldn't be an NCK battle without the Obstagoon. You can see he's even dressed like the Obstagoon here. Although we see like an instant swap out, interestingly enough here, which is kind of interesting to me because I don't think that Flygon is necessarily that great into Obstagoon. But, it's fine. We can bring in our Licky Licky here. I built up some energy on my Flygon before switching out, mainly because I know for a fact that I don't necessarily need Switch right now. I would much rather just get some shields down. So I'm going to let this go. I should survive this Drill Peck. I'm hoping I survive this plus 2 more Pecks. If I do, I'm in a really good spot. Do I actually? I don't even know. I was going to say I should, but honestly, that might be kind of dicey to go for. I'm going to go instead just for the Body Slam and see if that was the play. Okay, I would have survived it, but honestly, I'm still fine with this. I get more energy on my Flygon, and since we don't really have a weakness, I would say, to that Obstagoon, I think we're still in a pretty good spot here. Okay, and Piloswine in the back line. Shadow Twister is going to hurt very, very much here. I would have rather had my Quagsire against this, but Flygon's not the best counter to Obstagoon no matter what, so I think I'm still fine with how this is playing out. 5, they're out of move now. I would have loved to see a shield on that Twister, honestly, but them going for the no-shield there is a pretty smart play. Obstagoon likely does come back in here, and it's going to go for some Night Slashes into us. Counter will add up. And, it's a Shadow Obstagoon, right? So, kind of scary with the fast move pressure they have. But I should be able to survive it, at least for a second. And Aquatail might get a shield from them. If they no-shield this, they're going to be in farm down range, potentially. 7. What do we do? You know what? This might be crazy, but I'm going to let this go. I'm going to hope that they don't go for an Obstruct here. I don't know if they'd have the energy for that just yet anyway. No boost is also nice to see. And I'm just going to go for the Aquatail once again. I don't know if this is a smart play or not, but it's the play I'm going for. They're at 9 right now. 10, 11, 12. I have the Twister ready to go. This should knock him out. Now that Piloswine is still somewhat healthy, I'm kind of worried that I might not have the HP to knock him out before they farm us down, but if I do, then we win this one. I should get 1 Dragon Tail and a couple of Water Guns against them. If 3 Water Guns knock out, I should be fine. I think we still have 1 Powder Snow. Nice. Okay, that was as close as it could get at the end game, but we do get the win. That was a cool team, though. All right, next opponent. Let's see if Flygon can pick up a decent lead again. Okay, Quagsire. Not great, not terrible. I feel like they could be on Water Gun, which would be maybe even better for me. Because if they're on Mudshot, they can guarantee to outpace us. If they're on Water Gun, while they do have more fast move pressure, they're going to be a little bit slower to pace to energy here. So I think my Flygon does appreciate to see this moveset. But I will shield up the first Aquatail. That would basically knock us out if I don't. And I'm going to build up a little bit more energy here. Go for a Twister when I get to back-to-back. Because now if they want to shield 1, they have to shield 2 if they want to win Switch. And if they no-shield this, that should just knock him out. I'll have energy for the backline. Twister gets a shield, all right. Could have gone for a bait there, but I feel like a bait there is really, really risky. Another Twister going to come through. Do we get a second shield? We do not. They let that go. Okay. I'm actually going to switch out here. I'm just 1 more fast attack away from reaching another move on my Flygon. And this is 4. I know this could be a Brave Bird. I'm going to shield this up. They threw on alignment here to get this move off first. It could be an Air Cutter bait, but if it is a Brave Bird, that would basically one-shot us, so I am glad that I shielded that. Burt comes in. Now, again, I am 1 Dragon Tail away from a move on my guy, on my Flygon. We'll see if they're on Brick Break here on the Ferd or not. I think I'd prefer Brick Break, honestly, right now. They're at 7. So 1 past a Brick Break if they have it. The reason that I say I'd rather have them on Brick Break is so they don't one-shot my Quagsire. But also I'm, really full on energy here, too. They're at 8, so if they throw a Swift, they're 2 away from their next attack. They do Swift us. So they must be on Trailblaze. They're at 10, so 5. If they shield this up, they probably lose this game. I think their best bet, honestly, is to let this go. Oh, they survive very well. Okay, this game's gonna get a little bit dicey, but I feel like it's still very winnable. The problem here is, oh, well now do I not just win? I was gonna say the problem is I don't know if I'd water gun down if they shield the Brave Bird, or if they shield the Body Slam, then they Brave Bird Quagsire and things could get dicey, but okay, I guess we'll take that as well. Alright, next opponent. Let's see if we can keep it going here. Pretty good start to the day so far. Flygon into Diggersby. I'm actually kind of surprised this thing's in this meta. I haven't seen a single person use it just yet. Although, honestly, I'm pretty fine with it. Oh, it's on Quick Attack, which does have a little bit more fast food pressure into us, which is a little bit more annoying, but I mean, it's still very fine for us because my Dragon Tails are doing quite a bit of damage as well, and I have Twister or Sandtomb I can throw against them. They might bait us. No, they don't. Nice. Hopefully no debuff. Okay, no debuff. And because we were able to outpace them here, we should get a shield back pretty early on in this matchup, or potentially they're just going to go for a no shield and take the shield advantage themselves. That does so much damage. Okay, I'm going to throw in slightly bad timing here, just in case they do let this go, because the way that I see it, I wouldn't mind getting a shield here, but I also wouldn't mind knocking him out and having more Flygon for the backline. Okay. I attempt to catch a move here, doesn't quite work out, although we do still force energy out of them, so honestly this is still pretty fine. They should be close to Body Slam range at this point, but if they get a Scorching Sands debuff, then maybe not as much. They bring in... oh, it's a Cradily, okay. I don't love to see this, but I do have the energy lead, and because we still have our Flygon around, which is a decent counter to this, I think it's not the worst case scenario, and we're also outside of Rock Tomb range just yet. 6, 7, 8, 9... Alright, they're at 9 right now, so if they go for a Grass Knot or a Rock Tomb, they're at 2. If they Rock Slide for some reason, then they're at 3, but I don't think people really run that. Okay, they're at 2. 3. 4. What do I want to do here? I would have loved to be able to, like, switch out and just save this Shadow Ball, but I know I can't. I'm gonna just swap out now, though. They have to throw in bad timing here to get their move off first, which they will end up going for. And this is where it gets kind of dicey. I think I have to shield this up, unfortunately. But I think that is, like, it's kind of fine. Oh, they rocked him, whatever. Diggersby does come back in here. I can go for the Twister to guarantee a knockout. Or, if they want to go for a shield here, that's also fine by me. I wouldn't mind seeing a shield, honestly. I would be fine with that. But they let it go. Well, what's in the backline? They likely bring their final Pokemon in? Well, we know this thing could potentially try to one-shot us, and I'm a little bit scared of that. They have Brave Bird, right? Probably. They do shield that up. We'll bring in our Quagsire here. We go for the catch and we get it. Okay, I was like, I was quiet there for just a second because I knew we needed the catch no matter what to win this game. And that is such a hard thing to get off there. But let's go. They try to go for the catch, but it's like, I mean, I can see their four-turn move, so I can know when they're going to catch or not. And now we just have the Stone Edge. Although I think even an Aqua Tail would be enough here. Alright, well, that was clutch. Another Shadow Pidgeot. That's kind of crazy to see a second one already today. But luckily, Quagsire in the back line is just too strong. And honestly, Flygon was putting in so much work across the board against that team. Alright, next opponent. Hopefully we can get, like, actually just a slam dunk lead at some point. I'm kind of scared of, like, all these neutral leads we have to be playing around. But I guess we see another pretty neutral lead here. It's not bad. But it could be a little bit scary depending on what they do this game and what their moveset is. Like Trailblaze, for example, would be really annoying. Just because Trailblaze would ramp up their attack stat. I don't like it when my opponents do that. I'm going to let this go, though. I should survive whatever they throw. That is more than I thought it would, though. Alright, that's a good lesson to learn here. I thought I'd survive that just a little bit better. But we don't. So Twister now. And I should Water Gun down before they get to a Trailblaze. They might get a Swift off. Looks like that is what they'll throw. But I should survive this pretty easily. If they are on Trailblaze, that might mean this is their best counter to Quagsire on their team. Quagsire could have some play in the backline. And we see a Furo come in, which honestly, on Water Gun Quagsire is not bad to see at all. They're at 5, so they do have a Drill Peck ready to go. My Water Guns are going to add up. However, I did get tripped down by that Swift, so I will be in Peck Down range the longer this goes on. Oh, they let that go. 7... 8. I think I'm going to let this move through. And then just go for like a one-shield farm down with my Licky Licky. I think that's the best play to go for. I'll get like 3 rollouts out of this, but I will have to go down a shield to do so. But I do have some energy, not a lot, but I have a little bit of energy left over on my Flygon, and there is a chance that Licky Licky can just spam out moves in the back line and still put in some work here. What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. They have a Furret still as like a catch opportunity, and Licky Licky into Miltank it's about the same exact Pokemon looking back at each other, right? But they have Thunderbolt potentially, and I don't, which I don't love. So that was a CMP here. Probably just going to be a Body Slam coming through, but they could go for that Thunderbolt. It would do a little bit more raw damage. So they're at 5, so either 0 or 2 right now, depending on what they throw. This game's going to get so weird. I don't like it. Okay, they're at 2. 3. All right, they're just going straight Body Slam. That's probably the smart play. I need to start getting some shields down here. Okay. I have to watch for catches, and I don't love that I have to, but I literally, if a catch happens, I just lose this game. If I get a catch off, I might actually just straight up win this game, though. I think they're 1 away from their next Body Slam here. So, do I go for the catch or not? They're at the Body Slam right now, I think. But do they know that I know that they know? And should I go for the catch here? Oh, no! We both made the call. Oh, man. And this Simul KO means I can't even farm down to have a move. If I could have farmed down the Furret, I would have had a Twister loaded. That's so tragic. But well played to them. That was a nice Simul swap on their part. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Flygon into Furret again. Okay, well, we just learned that this matchup is honestly a little bit uncomfortable for Flygon, so we'll see how we can play it out a little bit better. I know that Sucker Punches add up a lot, but so do Dragon Tails, right? And same with Twister, too, so... we'll see what they throw. They're at 7 right now, so it could be a Swift, it could be a Brick Break or a Trailblaze. If they don't go for a Swift, though, I get to 2 attacks first. Okay, so they do Swift, which makes sense. I'll go for the Twister here immediately, just to try and get a shield if possible. But they could let this go. We saw they do survive this. They do shield, okay. 10, alright. I'll go for this shield here, I think. I should be able to outpace them just barely to the 3rd attack, which is pretty nice. So Flygon probably just straight up wins the 2s. We're back to back here. Do they know that, though? I would love it if they didn't. Big Twister. Oh, they let that go? Okay. What's going to come in now? Is that an Oranguru? I believe it is. So it is nice to win Switch against this, because my Licky Licky would much rather take the damage from this. Okay. They shield that. That's a smart shield. Okay, well, what's going to be in the backline, then? It could be a 3rd normal type. I would not be surprised to see that in this meta. What is this? Okay, well, not the normal type I thought it would be. It's a Vigoroth. I need to get to a Stone Edge, I think, here, to be able to knock this out before... Oh, they Brick Break? What? Okay. Isn't that more expensive? I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge. It does more raw damage than anything else I can throw here. Now, Licky Licky is still not the best counter in the game to that Oranguru. Doesn't quite knock out. But I Water Gun down. Okay, hold on, that's big. I'm gonna get some Water Gun damage here. Maybe I can even reach an Aqua Tail against this. I can't, so they do get a lot of energy here, unfortunately. But they're giving us a big sneak. I think if I get to 3 Body Slams, I should be able to knock this out. But they can go for a Trailblaze here to ramp up their damage. This game's going to get really dicey, unfortunately. Just because Confusion is going to start shredding now. I don't know. I would have loved to reach that move. 3. Okay. I'm making them throw on kind of awkward timing, hopefully, here. They have to go for 2 and throw for optimal timing. If they don't do that, then that's not great for them. Okay, so Trailblaze might just knock us out at this point, though. But if it doesn't, maybe there's a chance I can win this one. Brutal Swing doesn't knock us out. Oh, but they're at back-to-back. No! If I got my Aqua Tail into this thing, I could have won this one. Unfortunately, that Brick Break actually debuffing us gave the Oranguru just a little bit more farm than I would have liked it to, without getting another move off against them. Dang it, that's unfortunate. We were doing so well on that set. It was a 3-0 to a 3-2. Still fine, but I'm sure the next set will go better. All right, next opponent. I'm going to swap over here to Earthquake on Licky Licky, because honestly, we had a couple of games where having Earthquake would have been really nice. But with that said, we'll see if that actually pays off or not. We'll probably see I don't know, is there any Ghost types in this meta that I'd rather have Shadow Ball for? I'm not even sure. But we see a Furo in the lead. Now, I could always be going for, like, these crazy Sand Tomb baits, right? Should I try to? Maybe. But I feel like that is such a risky play. So, honestly, I'm just going to go for the safe Twister. We know, just like with Furret, I should get to that third attack here at the same exact time as them, so I should be able to win the 2-shield matchup. Actually, is that even true? Furo might win CMP against us. Either way, I want to get some shields down. That way I can go for, like, Stone Edges and Earthquakes in the backline. And we'll see if that's going to be a smart play. Okay, Furret comes in. Well, I have back-to-back attacks here. I'm actually just going to go straight for the Twister and then the Sand Tomb. Actually, will I? We'll see what they do here. I'm going to save this energy, actually, because getting that defense drop might just be really good for us. In blind formats, though, it's so annoying. I guess I should have come in Quagsire here, because they're going for a Brick Break into us immediately. So, that's annoying. I could have come in Quagsire instead, which I would have loved to do, but I mean, if I got one shot by a Trailblaze there, then I would be like, man, I should have come in Licky Licky, right? Licky Licky is just the safer of the two, because no matter what, I don't get one shot by what they do. Plus, I should survive this Swift pretty easily. I have a Twister ready to go, and I should get a Body Slam off no matter what here. We'll see what they do. Yeah, we do end up getting the full farm down there. Interesting, they come back in Furo. So this is all right for now. I have another move ready to go on my Flygon, right? Oh my goodness, I did not mean to do a Dragon Tail there. I'm going for a crazy, crazy play. Honestly, this is looking really bad. It's a Toucan in the back. I don't love seeing this. I think I'm about to lose, because they're just going to Beak Blast my Quagsire and win. If I had Mudshot here, I might actually just be able to outpace them and go for the other attack, but no, we're about to get destroyed by that. ABA! ABA normal flyers? What is this meta, man? I am down bad now. And we got our next opponent here. Still haven't thrown an Earthquake just yet on my Licky Licky. One day, maybe I will. Okay, let's see what moveset they're on. If they're on Dragon Tail, then this is going to be a very quick matchup. If they're on Mudshot, then I just win this. And yeah, it looks like they're on Dragon Tail. So that's fine. Are we just going to play this out? Okay. Honestly, what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to shield this up and swap out. I want to save all of this energy, because I might get 2 attacks off with... Oh, they don't Sand Tomb us? That's crazy. I might get 2 attacks with my Flygon, but they only got 1 off with theirs. That's what I'm hoping right now is about to happen. I could have maybe even roll out a down. Whoa, okay, I guess that makes some sense, because it's the fake fire type. But also what doesn't make sense is the fact they let us throw first here. They could have gone for an Energy Ball instantly, and that wouldn't have been a bad play by them. But I get a shield out of my Quagsire, which is really nice. And they don't even overfarm that much. Okay. So right now they're at 7, right? They're at 2 after this, which means that they're going to be 2 away from a Weather Ball, right? Okay, worst case scenario that could happen right now is if they swap instantly into a Piloswine. That would be bad. Anything else, I'm in a really good spot, I think. It's like I have the move ready to go. I have back-to-back. Does Twister do more raw damage? Maybe I should have Twistered. Either way, we Sand Tombed because we're crazy. I'm going to catch this. Oh, okay, I guess I didn't need to catch this. 7. Okay, well, I do have Earthquake here. Is that good for us? It's probably not bad, necessarily, but they're gonna Icy Wind first. So they're at 2. But, like, if I go for the Earthquake, I guarantee either a shield or a knockout. Okay, that's a lie. I don't knock them out. But, like, if I get a shield, then I can Twister them later on. And if they no shield, then I can get a only single debuffed move into them. So that's nice. And I should survive another attack here from this thing, even if it's an Earth Power. They'd probably go for the Earth Power now, right? Yeah. The tricky part is, like, what do they think I'm about to do here? So I do have my energy on my Flygon, but they have energy on their Ninetales as well. Okay. We snipe him down with a Twister, and now we should be able to farm down the Ninetales. They're like 1 HP, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that was an interesting team comp. Luckily, my Flygon was able to get to 2 attacks. They only got 1 off, so that gave us the advantage there. Alright, another Obstagoon lead. Pretty neutral Pokemon to see. The best thing about this is I can outpace over time, but counters would hurt quite a bit. You see the Furo safe swap once again here, and I kind of like how I played it out the last couple of times where I just did some Dragon Tails, I swapped into Licky Licky here, and I hopefully can get to 2 Body Slams against them. So we'll see what's going to happen. 2 Drill Pecks don't quite knock us out here. And we should get to 2 Body Slams. And a no-shield once again. As long as we survive 2 more Pecks, I get my back-to-back Body Slams off. So we'll see if that is how this plays out. Oh, they Drill Run. I think that's actually less raw damage. Unless I'm crazy. It might be the same. I think it's less, though. I think it is less damage. Because back in the day, before they nerfed the damage on Drill Run, it was better to do the other play. Oh, man, I wish I had my Earthquake of energy right now. I don't quite have enough for that. But that's fine. Maybe they went for Drill Run, though, to get intentionally more energy on Obstagoon, because they stopped tapping. They stopped going for Pecks there a second ago, which is a smart play. 2. All right. I'll bring in Flygon here. And honestly, I'm not going to throw energy. It wouldn't knock out just yet. And in case I do switch out to something I need to Sand Tomb, I'd rather have the energy ready for that. I'll shield the Night Slash. We'll see what they want to do. They don't boost, so bit of a misplay by them. But again, we don't really know what's going to be in the back line. They do shield that. Or do I ever just switch here to my Quagsire? I don't hate the idea. I'm going to. If they're double shielding, I feel like my Flygon has more play in the back line. It must. They just top left. Okay. Well, GG's. All right, next opponent. We'll see Flygon into regular Quagsire. Interesting. Okay, well, are they on Mudshot or Water Gun here? Guess we'll find out. They're on Mudshot. Okay. And now are they on Mud Bomb or Stone Edge? I would imagine you'd be on Stone Edge in this meta with all the flyers around. But I guess we'll find out, right? But they do pace so quickly here, right? Only 4 Mudshots for an Aqua Tail. So they're already at their next one. But it's not like a Twister would knock him out just yet anyway, so I'm fine kind of just waiting to throw an attack here and building up energy, getting that Dragon Tail damage into them. Then hopefully just spamming out attacks now. Well, okay. I'm glad that I went for the Twister, but I'm not glad that's a Pidgeot, actually, that came in. The Pidgeot here is going to be a little bit scarier than if they would have snuck like a Peck, because now they got a full Gust through. That is a lot of energy. They're going to go for like an Alignment Brave Bird, I think. Well, they don't? I was going to say if they throw instantly, I might just consider shielding and farming down. I would have to go down to second shield to do that. I almost feel like that would have been worth it. But they let me snipe down all of their energy on Pidgeot. All right, is now the time? I think now might be the time for the Earthquake. There's no way they see it coming. There's no way. There's no way. They think it's a Shadow Ball. It can't knock you out, trainer. Oh, well, Earthquake also does... Where's my damage? Anyway, we land the Earthquake, which is all that matters. We land the Earthquake, and we're happy that we can at least do that. And we should get a rollout down here. They need 2 more attacks, or maybe a Stone Edge to knock us out from this point. I'm one rollout, excuse me, one rollout away from Body Slam. Oh, let's go. That is a very good Pokemon to see in the back line for my Quagsire. That's why Water Gun is honestly not a terrible option. Because, like, if they no-shielded this, then I might be, like, in an awkward spot on Mudshot Quag. But since they are taking so much fast move pressure, the Water Gun just comes in clutch there. All right, next opponent. Few times, getting kind of high now. You see Diggersby in the lead, though. Okay. This is kind of an awkward Pokemon to see here, just because I don't want to see it on my Licky Licky, but I would rather see it with my Quagsire, so it's like a, not a bad lead, but it's also not the best that I could see. I think we saw one of these earlier today, and it's not unplayable, especially if we avoid a debuff. Hopefully no bait. No bait, love to see that. So they're dry. No debuff either, good stuff. They're at 2 right now. So they have access to a Fire Punch after 3 more, or a Scorching Sands after 4 more. I'm going to do 1 and throw on my next one. Because that way I throw on good timing. I could overfarm just a little bit more, but then I throw on bad timing. And I think that's what I did last time, but I didn't love how it played out. Okay. I should just get a full farm down here. That's kind of perfect, actually. I think I'm 2 away from my next move. We'll see what comes in. Shadow Pidgeot comes in. Okay. Kind of a scary Pokemon. Um, hmm. I could have gone for a Sand Tomb here, which might have been a better play, but I didn't, because honestly, that is so risky to go for that. Or they throw instantly when this could be a Brave Bird. I'm going to shield this up. I don't want to be in a spot where I get one shot, and I don't think an Air Cutter bait into a Licky Licky makes all that much sense. And a Cradilly in the back. Is this the same person I fought earlier? It could be. We're at 5. Earthquake is going to be kind of nice here. It's going to do a lot more consistent damage than I would do with Shadow Ball. Yeah, it's almost a 2-shot. Even after a debuff, it's going to hurt. We're at 9. So, 2, 3, 4. Did they let this go ever? I wouldn't be... I actually don't know what I want to see. I'll force energy out of them with my Flygon here. Or not, okay. Weird, I get another Dragon Tail through. And I think I might just farm them down now. I'm going to come in Shadow Quagsire and just go for the Water Gun damage. If they can ever Air Cutter us and knock us out after, then I'm in a bad spot. But I don't think they can. I think they have to Brave Bird. And then I'm hoping they're not going to get a Brave Bird plus an Air Cutter. Brave Bird. I mean, I think one rollout probably knocks them out from here, right? Yeah, okay. Dicey game. Very dicey game. We got the win nonetheless. All right, next opponent. Flygon, can we get another Macargo lead, please? I liked that. I mean, Ninetales is fine, I guess. Although, honestly, this is probably less consistent than I'd like it to be. Although they switch out, okay. I'm fine with that. I can get some nice Dragon Tail chip damage there. And then hopefully at this point, I'm going to be able to go for 2 Body Slams into them. If I can do that, then I should be able to keep switch advantage no matter what. And maybe get some nice chip damage into that Ninetales. All right, this is very similar to a spot that we were in earlier today, where I didn't know if I'd survive the next 2 pecks. But okay, I think honestly this time it's like not even a question. I have way more HP. But I also don't necessarily need switch advantage this game, because I do have my Quagsire too. Oh, that just knocks out. This is honestly playing out so much better than it could have been. I get a Body Slam off for a nice chip damage. They get 1, maybe 2 Embers against us to get some energy. Probably 2, right? Yeah. 2. But I have 3 Dragon Tails of energy already, so I outpace this. Or Sand Tomb immediately, just to get a shield down before I have to shield an Energy Ball. But they probably go for baits here no matter what. I don't know what's going to be in the back line. Oh, okay. Weird. I'm going to go for the Twister. Might as well get a shield with that. And then maybe get just a Water Gun down later on. Yeah, they do shield that up. That's going to mean I think I do more Water Gun damage. Yeah, my Water Guns are shredding now. They're not even going to stick around to find out who wins that game. I'll take it. Next opponent, Kazim. Oh my goodness. Very good battler. Flygon into Shadow Blaziken. All right, well, let's see what the moveset is. I feel like if I were to run Blaziken, I'd be on counter. He's running Blaziken, and he must not be, because they switch out. I mean, the way that I see it here, I don't necessarily need switch advantage that badly. Like, I would love it, but I don't need it as bad as they do. Unfortunately, 2 more of these don't knock out. I would love it if it did. And now I'm going to take a fly here on my Licky Licky, but I get a lot of energy. Or maybe a Dragon Pulse. But, I mean, I get enough energy here that Blaziken is going to be in a little bit of a scary spot no matter what. Where it has to take a lot of damage from us. Dragon Pulse, oh man, that actually hurts. Okay, let's guarantee a shield here if we can. This is why we're running Earthquake. I don't think he wants to shield against a Licky Licky, right? That feels inefficient. No, they do shield, okay. I should have not done that. But I have another move ready to go already. So this Body Slam's gonna hurt quite a bit. What do we want to do here? Wait, lets that go? Okay. Is there ever a chance... Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, I lose this game so hard, actually. Wow, this game went from, like, this is looking really good to really bad so quickly. I was gonna say, can I one water gun snipe down against that guy? Okay, I think I have to swap here and hope that I can somehow get to his Stone Edge, but I know I can't. The jump fluff in the back. Dude, what was that team? I don't even know, but we just lost to it. That's another 3-2 set. You know, it started off kind of poorly, but we made a comeback either way. I gotta say, this Pokemon did put in quite a bit of work today. Shadow Flygon, as long as you have shields in play, is one of the most oppressive Pokemon in this format. Although, as you did see, whenever you had a no-shield in attack, this Pokemon is pretty squishy, so that is its one big drawback, but it's still pretty fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.